Hello, welcome to Reacts. My name is Simon Minsman. Right here is
John Denton.
Right, difficult video today. Before we get off, I know how the internet works. Money has been turned off by us.
Yes,
that doesn't mean that the record label hasn't turned it back on. We don't control that.
So if there
only we did.
If there are ads on this, then they're because the thing has been claimed and all the money's going to the label.
Which is fine. That's nothing to do with us. But we want to know. Obviously, if you don't know, Cadet passed away last week. A guy we were going to react to anyway, and as you know, the same thing with X and other people we've done Little Peep. When someone does pass away, you know, we've got requests anyway. The requests triple, as they would do. I get it. When people die, their whatever you want to call it blows up.
It
does.
Right?
It just does.
Yeah.
This is what happens when people pass away.
And what a crazy fucking situation. Died in a
on his way to a
cab.
gig.
Like just in a cab. Like, how many times you get in a cab? Like all the time.
Well, it was the other car's fault as well, wasn't it?
I'm sure it was. I didn't.
Wrong side of the road or something like that.
Awful.
Obviously, he's British as well.
Yeah, British guy.
He
had a song on the radio recently, so I'd heard him. I don't think that's this song. This song's a few years old, but yeah, we had a few requests. People saying please do him. So you know we want to do.
So yeah, we thought we'd do it. Like it's one of those things where, again, we would have got around to him at some point anyway. But given that he has. It's just our weird tribute. I mean, it wasn't mean nothing, but that's just what we're doing. So.
Bottom line is, you check the comments on mainly the AJ Tracy videos. Obviously, that's UK as well. And you know, every second comment is "Please do Cadet, RIP, underrated legend," all this sort of stuff. So you know,
so we thought we would
do it.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. Again, we turned the ads off just to make that perfectly clear. We've turned it off because I understand what the internet will say.
Yeah, that's not what it's for.
Us. Yeah, so let's do it. Doing Stereotype.
So we're gonna check it out. Yeah, Stereotype. Yeah.
Grew up on south of the Thames. So yeah man, I know about a stereotype, a screw face and a gold tooth. Nah mummy, I ain't gonna be those guys. I'm gonna be a lawyer when I'm older. Bullshit, I'm gonna live a life so nice, but now look at all this gold in my mouth. It's fucked how I be the stereotype. I never finished college, never went uni. I've sold drugs and my credit so bad. I cheat too, I kinda like beef, and I've probably been in about 6 gangs. I like lighties, I like jewelry, and most of my man them have been jail me. I've got girls pregnant that I never loved, so I could have been a baby father as well. I got Gucci belts, I'm Muslim, and I rap like every other black boy up in the country. I ain't gonna rob nobody, believe me, bullshit. I just think now hoodies are comfy. I want a sleeve hat, I drink Henny, and most of the pussy I get don't bring joy. And if Rick Ross start drinking piss, I'll be in the club like we piss boys. I got no reason for not checking my nan, and when she dies I'm gonna kick myself because what she really wants is a phone call, but I don't do it. I admit that I'm a prick myself. You see, I fucked around with girls' emotions. I'm a finger slut that I admitted to, and a bag of times when I play on card I've been too sure if it's going through and my hairline's fucked and I can't make friends. Yeah,
it's one of these guys where you just listen to every word that he says because you're like, fucking hell, you don't. Well, you do care, but you don't care at the same time. Like the honesty.
Yeah.
Even the line about phoning his nan.
Yeah.
Is so poignant in so many ways. I like the way he said, I just like wear night goodies, they're comfy. I said, what a good little line to throw in there. I mean, wow, what a raw, heart on your sleeve dude.
And brilliant, like the name of the track, obviously he's not a stereotype, but he fits into some elements of stereotypes, as we all do, you know, as everybody does. And obviously that's, we talked about in a previous video, I don't know what will go up first, on the 21 Savage video about, you know, stuff in this country and how crazy this country is getting recently, and, you know, the media wants to portray certain people in certain lights. Even the media on, like, what would traditionally be the liberal side is causing all sorts of drama, and obviously, it's becoming this weird. It's two sides facing off each other, and the fucking, you know, the most normal people who are completely normal don't think that way or that way. They don't have any hate in their heart or anything like that.
The smartest thing I ever heard when it came to politics was Chris Rock. When he goes, some things are conservative, some things I'm liberal. Anyone that makes the decision before reading the issues is an idiot. And I was like, how can you just pick one side and you don't actually sit down and go through it bit by bit?
So the media seems obsessed with wanting to divide our country now and divide. You know, obviously there's still going to be people who are racist, still going to be people classed as sexist. That's just the way it is. You can't, but that's not most people. It really fucking isn't. And so to listen to a song like that's really interesting, I think.
Oh yeah, and I mean it's a 1:14, but I was hooked.
Yeah,
he grasped me straight away.
And also there is we said this on other UK videos, like this looks like a fucking creams or something like that, you know, a dessert.
It does look like creams. And he did that weird thing with the mic at first as well, where it almost sounded like it was coming through the camera instead.
Yeah,
it made that shift where it sounded quite well produced, but there was a rawness to it.
Yeah,
and I actually thought, is it actually being grabbed through the camera? I don't think it was. I didn't think it was a production choice, but it made me stand up and take notice. It does look like creams, which is weird in England because there's creams. There's treats, and there's another one. I think they're all owned by the same people.
Yeah, they're all
exactly
ice cream bars.
They look exactly the same. Like you cannot be being operated by different companies. It makes no sense whatsoever. I hope he isn't at Creams. Creams is good. You've been to Creams?
Yeah, there's one in Bournemouth now. They've got a kids' play area, so
ridiculous.
Take it.
You have one of those waffles. It's a big,
I don't touch that shit.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I can't do that.
Cheap meal right there.
That sums me up in some words, and besides that, you got my mum. God knows she don't get the love she deserves, and no, I ain't been the best son. And no excuse that I give is a good enough reason for me just to feel like she's a part of my life, or just to see if I've eaten. And yeah, it's fucked how I treat my mum. And them choices that I made are dumb, but still she'll stand up in front of a crowd of people and be like, he's my son, man, he carried me for 9 months. That's 9 months. It took 9 months for me to pop out, but I can't find 10 minutes and pop in. It's fuck. How did I get disrespectful? How can I drive past the house 10 times in a day or not once go in and check you? Not ask once if it makes me stressful. If you need your son there when they came to rescue, it's fucked. I haven't got the time to text you, but I've got the time for the girls online and sexual. And I know them bills are piling up, and you won't admit it, but I'm letting you down. And I remember when I got my car, I said you won't ever have to put your foot on the ground. I know you got the lines in your fingers, cause you wouldn't bought bare shit that's weighing the bag down. I should at least call a car, a cab round, it hurts. Now I can hear the bus in the background. I'm slacking as a son and I know this. I ain't doing half of the shit I'm supposed to. I got a little brother that I never checked. I'm meant to go through all of the shit that you go through, and you're meant to be my queen. I'm out here treating you like a jester, bringing gifts not only in December, but honestly, birthdays I can barely remember. And when it comes to money, I'm fucked, yeah, trust me, I know. See, I hate asking her for money, but when I do, alright, cool, look, here's how it normally goes. Your mummy, I need some money. She'll say, cool, then go cash point on the road and take out money that she don't really have, but she loves me way too much. She's saying no. You see, I'm almost crying when I wrote this, because I picture my mum walking through the door with a fake smile giving me the cash. True, say she loves me way too much. She's saying no. Now I know my need ain't greater, but now I can't say no or another, cause she says being able to provide for her son is what makes her feel like a mother, and she won't take the money back. So how the fuck am I meant to feel? Cause now I got money for bullshit, but that might mean she has to go skip a meal when it comes to my little brother didn't I'm slipping. See me, I never make time with him, but the truth is that boy means everything to me. See that boy is my rhythm, the simple shit. Yeah, my mum would say go tell him off cause he ain't done all the dishes, but I'm thinking like, if I ain't been around, then why the fuck would he listen? Shit. Look, I've become that stereotypical, that big bro that will buy you all the trains, but won't sit in cool, so niggerish. For blacks, that typical issue, you know, I'll buy you football boots, but never find time to kick the ball with you, So now I've got to switch up, I've got to care a little less about getting mad.
It's ridiculous.
It's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
I think, genuinely, in terms of lyrical content, it may be the best thing I've heard on this channel, because it is so raw and it is so honest. And while there'll be one line that you can't connect with because it's not pertinent to your situation, the next one, it's like it's the worst comparison ever. But it's like Ken Dodd, right? Ken Dodd is a British comedian. He died recently, and he had the record for like most jokes told in a sitcom. But the whole point was you'd listen to 10 lines, and 5 would be like awful, 5 would be like hilarious, and that's why it worked. Yeah. And it's different with this one because everything he's saying still has an emotional kick to it. But that kind of sort of little roller coaster, you go, okay, good line, the next one, oh man, right there. Yeah. This is otherworldly to me because it's one of those things. Again, obviously he's passed away, and that brings with it news and headlines. It got to Radio 1 News. That's what I heard on Radio 1 News. But then to actually go back, even now, retrospectively, and hear what level he was at, it seems crazy he wasn't a bigger deal. Yeah. I'm sure he was massive in certain circles, but he hadn't broken through because...
I think he was just... Because someone was just starting to hear this one track on Radio 1, him and another guy. I think he was 28.
Oh, 28.
Yeah, right, so he's probably 25 when he made this. He's like 3 years old.
4 years ago, yeah. Yeah. 3 years, yeah.
Wow. And it's so English as well. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like...
Football boots.
Yeah, it's just it becomes because that is closer to home. It's just as simple as that. But also, you know, like a single mother and I'm a big brother. That's
but that's what
also
I mean,
my
right?
life. I mean,
so there's some things that will, but then that's what I mean. It's like it will be hit everybody all at once and also miss everybody all at once, and that's why it's amazing. Like it's just ridiculous. Yeah, and it's interesting. We found this track. So we didn't know which one we were going to do, so we just kind of shot in the dark.
Yeah, there was like 3 main ones. One was called Slut, and we were like, that seems a bit weird to do.
But now I listen to it.
No, I want to listen to all this stuff now.
Yeah, because I didn't know what he was like. Now I think there'll be a reason it's called that.
Oh, yeah.
Before I thought it maybe just be a silly song or something like that. But now, honestly, I think lyrically, this is, at least I said top 5 for me, like, in terms of hitting me and being like, good grief, what else are you going to say? Yep. Like, how can you even carry this on for another 2 minutes? Like, in a good way. Like, what else can you possibly bear your soul on? Crazy.
Yeah, just so raw and so captivating.
Absolutely.
My dick's up. Make sure the next time mum phones ring, she ain't got to think twice about debts before she picks up music. Look, you have to work, and if you don't, then I don't know, because I'm man enough to tell you now that I don't really want to go back to the road. You see, them niggas rap for a new chain. Don't get it twisted, I wear one, but that shit will come after all them bills are paid. And I can say, yo, go get your hair done. Everyone talks about stereotypes, but no one admits to the stereotype. So fuck it, I put my hands up. Look, on some bullshit, I be the stereotype. Had a wife that was good for me, that I never should have let go. I be the stereotype, that nigga with a nice car, was driving it to his mum's house. I be the stereotype, I got an ex named Tanisha and Felicia. Bullshit, I be the stereotype, so my credit so shit, I can only get cash cards, nigga. I be the stereotype that pay taxes, but too embarrassed to sign on, yeah. I be the stereotype that spend my last peas on clothes, look good but broke, yeah. I be the stereotype, probably in the girl's friend zone right now, just waiting to fuck that stereotype. I tell my young G, stay out of trouble, but then catch a case that stereotype. And I pray my daughter's never a hoe. But yeah, love Jay-Z's the stereotype, and I feel embarrassed when I'm around Muslims that I want deem that stereotype. And the worst one is never see a man get stabbed on the ends on that war and shit, and the feds ask me to help out and bring justice. Me, I say I never saw that shit, but if my house got burgled, or a white man shot my nan in public, and the feds never helped me out, I'll be the first one screaming, where's the justice? I am that typical nigga, yeah I am. Trying to put a good stereotype, yeah I am that nigga with a bop on his step, yeah I am. Cadet, I know who I am. That stereotype. That stereotype. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Is that meant to be a freestyle?
I don't know.
Fuse, the engineer.
Stop, please. Because I wonder what the video was, why they were all there, and now I feel like
the last track on the EP was called The Stereotype, so I'm guessing.
But is there more? Was that the produced version though? Was that him doing it live?
I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
in terms of reaction to it. It's the same. It's the same sensation. I'm not more impressed. I'm just surprised he was able to kind of throw that out there in such a one take ridiculousness. It was ridiculous.
It was.
To use that word twice.
It was mad, and it's something I want to think about. Something that I think I live in a state of cognitive dissonance the whole time. I'm always thinking two things at once. I'm always it's the curse of the open-minded, level-headed person that you constantly see in both sides at the same time. It drives yourself crazy. I know we're both the same.
Yeah.
And that's a phenomenal version of it. That's speaking from a different life to mine, but also such a similar life to mine, and that just shows how
right.
Yeah, exactly, and just shows how pointless stuff like, oh, that person's black and this person's white and they're different. It's like, no, we have so much in common. We have so much different. You know, there's so much different. Of course. Yeah.
It's just. I mean, the fact to embrace something like a stereotype as well. Stereotypes exist for a reason. I mean, some are bad and some do need to go away. But as he said, some still hang around. It's like when people talk about prejudice, right? That's something I've been reading about recently. Is that everyone has some prejudice. You don't know what it could be about fruit. Like you don't know what it is, but. It's just, but people won't talk about it because
you have to be either pure and beautiful and has never done anything wrong.
That's the kind of culture we live in, yeah.
Or you know, you're an evil Brexiteer, but also you know, there's like the people on the other side. I guess what I voted or who I would push myself as being. You know, there's empathy there, and there's probably far more in common with people like that, and they come from a place of ignorance.
Yes,
like I see stuff on Facebook of relatives that I would have never have thought to say that stuff on Facebook. Like, you meet them in real life and they're nice, friendly, wouldn't say anything to anybody, and then suddenly they're posting the craziest shit on Facebook, and you're like, where's that come from? Because I know that that's not your life. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're from a fucking part of the country where none of the stuff you're talking about affects you at all.
Well, that's it, right?
I think people can read between the lines of what I'm saying.
Yeah. And that.
So where does that come from?
Yeah, and the divide has happened, but to get a guy who almost turns it on its head because he goes, well, actually, there's a reason, almost like there is a reason for this divide. But I admit it, I'm part of it. I've done it. These are the things that I've done.
But I'm also not it as well.
That's exactly it. But also, I'm still a person. I'm still an individual. I'm still doing my best.
Yeah.
That was a great track.
Nothing gets me more than authenticity. It's my favourite fucking thing.
That's what it is. It was genuine and it was real. At no point did I think I'm doing this for anything other than this is how I get my emotions out. I do it through music because that's what I've decided to do. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, he's probably sitting. He's like destroying his brain.
Yeah,
he can't you know. He's trying to work. He's trying to figure out who he is. 25-year-old man trying to figure out who he is. And what a beautiful way to do it. And you know what a fucking absolute tragedy.
That is, to
die in those circumstances as well. Just a complete random, plucked out of the earth, like a fucking cab ride in the night in England. Like you and I. Do that.
Happen to anybody.
To
anybody. It can happen to anybody. That's a crazy just story and experience all around. There we go. That's Cadet.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Cadet.
Yeah, rest in peace to Cadet. And Yeah, just crazy. Anyway, look, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. Loads of Instagram, Twitter stuff here. Do the YouTube stuff, do the Instagram, social media stuff. We'll probably do some more at some point. Maybe leave it for a little bit.
Yes.
And that's that. That's the end of the video.
Okay. Right. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.